Alright, welcome back to the Rufus Makes channel. Appreciate you for being here, appreciate you for tuning in. As you know, if you watched my last video, I did it blindfolded and the shoe turned out pretty horrible. It didn't look good at all, and now I'm just itching to paint something with all of my senses. So that's exactly what I'm going to do today. And I feel like a big rite of passage in the shoe painting community is painting themed shoes or shoes based on some like random pop culture show or character. I've seen like Breaking Bad shoes. You know, for a while there we had the classic Lightning McQueen Crocs, and those were pretty sick, even though those weren't like a painted shoe. That was like a mass-produced thing. I want to follow in that idea. I was thinking, because this could definitely be corny, depending on how it's done, so I want to do something tasteful, something cool, something I'll actually want to wear. And I think I'm going to do my favorite TV show as a kid, a classic. Everybody's like, oh dude, did you watch SpongeBob? Like, did you watch all these shows on Nickelodeon? No, I didn't have Nickelodeon, so shut up about it. I had PBS Kids, so if you watch PBS Kids as a kid, you're a real one. I don't care what anybody says. And I grew up watching Curious George. That was my favorite show as a kid, for sure. So I'm gonna make Curious George shoes. Say what you will about it, I don't care. No, Curious George is for kids. I haven't even watched it. It's been weeks since I've seen it. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Enough yapping. Let's get to it. I'm gonna acetone these previous shoe. Like I said, it was buns. So I want to get the paint off of it as quickly as possible. Let's cut to that real quick. Alright, I gotta acetone this shoe in the dark. If you're confused why it's only one shoe, you should go back and watch my previous video where I painted this shoe blindfolded. And I only did one because I knew I was going to be acetoning it right after, because it just wasn't the greatest shoe I'd ever painted. But the video is very entertaining. If you're interested, I would highly recommend you go back and watch it. It's a short little watch, and it's just a fun little video. Here I got my paint brushes, my water, and my shoes all set up. About to get started painting. The idea behind this shoe is I'm going to do a very light yellow color, so I'm mixing yellow and white here, and that is going to be on most of the shoe, as you can see, starting with the toe box. And this is a light yellow right here, but I go even a shade lighter than this, so it's very tasteful, because I'm not like a huge yellow fan, especially if it's this bright and it's too saturated. It looks very neon, which I think is a very ugly color. But if it's super light, then it's way more palatable, in my opinion. The front of the toe box here, and on the part with where the laces go, I'm doing a light brown tannish color. And then I'm gonna go in and just start painting different pictures of Curious George. Like I said, that's the shoe. This is the first one I did, so I don't think it came out the best, but I think it's still pretty cool. I'm not doing this out of memory. I'm going off pictures I found on Google. I'm not that good yet, but I'm still proud of it, and it is still difficult to kind of get it down from what you see, so I think that is still a skill and something I'm working on. This one right here, he's looking in like a little mirror or something. I thought it was a cool picture, so I'm going to put that one on here as well. And while I'm doing all this, since I've given you kind of the general overview, I want to yap for a little bit about a question I had come up with, and it's kind of based off Van Gogh, the artist. Obviously, you know, everybody knows who he is, but that was not the case while he lived. You know, he actually has quite a tragic story, most of y'all probably know, and he wasn't famous for his art in his life at all, and he wasn't recognized till years afterwards. So my question would be, would you go through life and do whatever it is you have a passion for, whether that be like art or music or writing books, whatever it might be? Would you do that without any sort of recognition or fame gained from that, only to years after your death become like huge in that thing and everybody knows your name and you're one of the best at that in history, and people will know you for hundreds of years after? Or would you just take like a successful, quieter life where you have a family and you support them and you support the next couple of generations of your family through generational wealth? You don't make a name for yourself. That's like the one thing. So after you die, like a couple years, couple decades, people aren't going to remember you. Nobody's going to say your name after 100 years after your death, and you're basically nobody. So would you take that, or would you take the Van Gogh route where literally nobody knows who this guy is while he's alive and while he can experience it, and then years after he becomes famous. What would you say about that? That's just something I've been thinking about. Let me know what you think in the comments. I mean, maybe there's not a right answer, but I think generally probably the successful life is the right answer, because, you know, all we're guaranteed is this life, and maybe a small part of me that wants to be famous is like, but maybe that is worth it to not amount to much in your life, but, you know, for that one thing you really love and are passionate about, to be one of the greatest at that thing, even if it's in a time that you can't experience it. Maybe you live on through that work, but I probably choose this successful life. I feel like it's kind of the right answer. Let me know what you think, though. Alright, if you've been paying attention to the video, I just got finished painting all 8 of these little Curious George
murals.
I think they came out pretty cool. And then I'm going in and adding in these bananas on the yellow portion of the shoe, which I think contrasts with the color pretty well, honestly. And I think it's a nice little touch. Super minimalistic. And then I thought this part was a little bland, so I just added these like print marks here. It ended up looking like cheetah print or leopard print, but I thought it looked good. Here we're going in with Cool Kicks Factory Finish, the greatest finish on the market in my opinion. I haven't had any problems with it. I'm actually running out. I need to get some more because I've been using a lot of it and I only got one thing, so probably get another thing of that. Would highly recommend it if you're getting into shoe painting. And I'm just coating this whole thing twice, and that's it for this portion. Alright, I'm finished up with the shoe. Here's a look at it. Honestly, it worked out pretty well. I'm honestly loving the design. I just think it's a fun little shoe to make. Proud of it. I think I'm getting better at freehand painting. I haven't done anything like this before exactly, so let me know what you think about it. Here's the comment of the week. Put it right here. Comment if you want comment of the week next week. Thanks for watching. I'll try to be back with another video next week. I appreciate your time. If you have any crazy ideas, maybe something I could do, let me know in the comments. I'll think about doing it. I promise I take into consideration everything you say to me, because you are my wonderful fans, and I want to thank you guys for 70 subscribers, which I just hit the other day. Let's go. We're blowing up. We're going crazy. We're next up. Appreciate y'all. Have a good one. See you in the next video. Bye.